Hey everyone, so in today's makeup tutorial I decided to do, as you can probably tell by the title, date night makeup, which means if you have any of like your boyfriend's birthdays or your girlfriend's birthdays, anniversaries, whatever, and you just wanted to look dolled up, this is the makeup look that I decided to create and make for you. So I hope you like this tutorial, and if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So I straightened my hair, so I am going to stick these ears just so that my hair doesn't get creased, because I hate that. If I put it behind my ear, because I hate hair in front of my face, it does the little bendy thing. So I'm just going to pop this in just for the sake of this makeup video, obviously. Yeah, okay. First things first, I'm going to contour my face. So I'm going to apply with an SK05 keilidh brush. It's like a flat synthetic hair, and I'm going to use my RCMA Shinto contour, cream contour, and I'm just going to go in with the lightest shade for me, and I'm just going to start to highlight, the areas that I want to bring forward. Like so. Then I'm going to drag this down the nose and forehead. Like so. To kind of carve out my brows underneath. And also fill in my eyelid. I am very sorry about my dogs, but I live with them, they live with me. I live with them, they live with me, and there really isn't anything I can do. They just love being around me. If I put them outside the room, one of them cries and the other one will scratch at the door. So, and that'll just irritate me more than anything. So they're here beside me making noises. Okay, yeah, so once you have your middle of your forehead, brow, and then I kind of go around here and here where I get red, and then on my chin I'm going to kind of do the sides like this because I mainly want this to be cream. I'm not going to put too much foundation on today, just to switch it up and to show you can other ways than I have been doing. And you might like to do this way better. So basically you should look something like this. Then I'm going to go in with the darkest shade, which I'm going to use for my contour. I'm just going to use the same brush because it's going from light to dark. And then I'm going to do around my forehead, like so. I'm never really too neat with this. And then I like to hug my cheekbones. The contour colour kind of going a little bit outside my eye because it does tend to move, cream does. And then I'm going to go a little bit along my jawline, and then I'm going to snatch my nose. I think that's like, I don't want to say is it my favourite, but it's definitely one of my favourites, like steps to do in my makeup routine. Just because I've always done it the same way, and then I found a different way of doing it, which was this way, and I absolutely love the finish. So that's good. I can still get surprised in makeup. So you should look something like this. Start to buff that all out. So I'm going to get my Zoeva 103, and there's a slant to this brush. It just helps me get into the areas that I want more precisely. See the way, like at the nose area, I like to be quite precise with that. With my contour, like the dark part, I don't really like to move that too much, so I'm going to stamp on, and then with my highlighting part I'm going to kind of like spread that around my face. Okay, so then I'm going to just do the chin and then just buffing it all in. So I'm just going to slightly go down the nose with this brush. Just making sure I get all of my eyes. go right under there. So you should have something like this, and then I go in with the contour using the same brush, and I basically, like, I push and like drag, push and drag. Stamp as well, actually, that's another one to keep it in place. So like the forehead is done there. For the cheekbones, I like to just flick the brush up and pat when I get kind of up along here so that it fades out nicely. Okay, and then what I do is I'm going to get the angled part of this brush and just slightly buff this part into my brows, and then press this product in, trying not to move it too much because where I've placed it, that's where I want it to mainly stay, obviously. Keep it nice and snatched. I'm just kind of softly buffing it out like so. So once you look like this, I know it's a bit crazy, but it's actually heading the right way. I'm going to go in with this from the MUA Makeup Academy, and it's the liquid cream brush in Misty Rose. And I'm going to place this before I set my whole makeup, so I'm just going to basically blob some in the middle. Just like here, but I want to go up in a slant like that. Ooh, it's a bit much now, Sophie. And then I'm just going to buff that with my fingers because I don't really need a brush for this part. Tap, tap, tappity tap, tap, tap. See, with cream products, they move a lot, so you let like less is more and just like build it up. Now I'm focusing mainly this on the apples of my cheek and then dragging it right up like into the temple parts, like so. Can you see how pretty that looks? This side is a bit intense, so I'm just going to keep tapping it in. And then what I would recommend with a finger that you haven't used, it's going to absorb a lot of the product where you don't want it to be as much. It's going to soak it up, so use your fingers as tools as well. Okay, so once you have that done, I'm going to go in with the Fenty 180. And then here, here, here. So what I'm doing here is just really giving myself extra highlight. I'm just going to blend that out. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used and start to buff that in. So cream contour is ideal for people with dry skin. Liquid contour is ideal for people for dry skin. Well, actually for all skin types and mature skin, because it blends quite easily and it doesn't crease on the face. So everything looks a bit like harsh at the moment, but once you set everything in place, which we're going to do now, it's going to like marry together, and that's what we want. So I'm going to go in with my RCMA translucent powder. That blusher though is really nice, and that was actually really inexpensive, so it's always a plus. I always put it in my lid, I don't know why. And then I'm going to start to press in the areas that I want to keep the same colour, because this is a translucent powder, so it's not going to change anything. It's not going to make your makeup go any like darker or whatever. And what I like to do then is with the Rihanna Pro Filter foundation powder, yeah, in the shade 235, and it looks like this. brush, my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to press it on my contour area. And kind of in between like my highlighter cream and my contour cream, I'm going to press it in between there to marry everything together. With the last powder then, for the face, I'm going to use my contour then, which is by Fenty Beauty again. And then my Zoeva brush, and I'm going to start to go over all the cream contour that I did, so the sides. So voila, so what I did there was I tried to use minimal products on the face, as in like foundation, cream contour and cream highlighter. I just basically did the whole face with just the creams, and then I set it with my powders, and that will just make your makeup go from like average to kind of like full glam, if that makes sense. And it'll also prolong your makeup if you put your cream and then your powder, contour and highlighter on top. So then you can do, sorry, I said that step was my last step, but it's not. So the last step is my highlighter. So in order to make your face look less powdery, I'm going to go and spray my face with Fix Plus. That's just going to make your makeup look more skin-like. And then I'm going to go in with my Melt Cosmetics in, oh, I never showed you, but it's a bit dirty, sorry, in Gold Ore. And I'm just going to basically start from the temples and let it flick off my face. Can you see that? And then I might just even like drag it through my brows, my brow bone. Doing creams like contour and highlighting is a lot more difficult than powders, in my opinion. I tend to gravitate towards powders because I have oily skin, but I just switched it up for this tutorial just to show you like there is other ways of applying your base. Now you can put like blusher powder on top of your cream blusher, sorry, but my cream blush is enough for me right now. We'll see at the end if it doesn't disappear. If it does disappear, we can just add more at the end. Okay, so I'm going to use my favourite SK07 keilidh brush for down my nose. Like so. And then I go boop. I literally cannot help saying that word when I do my nose. Even if I was off camera, I always go boop. I don't know why. Don't ask. It's obviously just a routine now at this stage. Now I am going to do my soap. I'm going to set my brows with this Bperfect soap bar, and I've been absolutely loving this. I said I was going to let you know like how it lasts and stuff, but because it says sweat proof and all that good stuff, but I haven't been doing anything where I'd be sweating a lot. Like I haven't worn it really all day. I normally do these looks towards the evening, like today. It is late in the evening, so I've just coated my spoolie, but I do like the finish and it does last, but I'm not using the right, this is the worst review for this soap. I'm not using the right setting spray either. I'm using like the Fix Plus, and I think you need, like, to me that's like more like a vitamin water, you know, like vitamin water, whereas I think you kind of need to spray it with like heavy duty shit, like fucking the all-nighter spray, which I do have, by the way. I just well, not that I'm too lazy, I just keep forgetting. I literally only do my brows when I'm filming. I go au naturel during the day because I know I'm going to film, so I don't put makeup on. Before anyone says, what kind of makeup artist are you? But I have been loving doing this. It just takes 2 seconds and then it's done. But yeah, no, I wanna try it with the all-nighter spray. I'd say it'd be like sweat proof then. Like, it shouldn't really matter what setting spray, but I just feel like the Fix Plus is, it's like rose water. Do you know what I mean? Okay, and then I just kind of like to drag it kind of down like that so I don't get that like, I don't like it really stuck up, like really laminated stuck up like that. I think it's too Wolverine-y. Anyways, I spent way too long doing that. Next step is the eyes. So now what I'm going to do is I let them set because sometimes I fill them in a tiny bit. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm going to start with the Keilidh Bible. Keilidh Bible, you know the Sue, you know what, but eyeshadow palette I'm on about. This one. And I'm going to get this fluffy brush, and it's by Zoeva 228. And I'm going to go into Unruly because I absolutely love that shade. And this is going to be like my transition colour. I love this shade because when you use it, if you lightly dust it over your lids like I'm going to do now, it's one colour. And then when you pack it on, it's like another colour. It's amazing how that happens. So yeah, so this is going to be my first colour. This eyeshadow is very, very pigmented. So I'm going in with a fluffy brush first, and then I'm flicking it out. And I'm also, as you can see, flicking off all my lashes. I'll have no lashes by the end of this video. So I like to kind of do a quite winged effect, like so. Making sure to go right up into the temples like that, flicking it out because we're on a date, you know. So the fluffier the brush, the more the eyeshadow is going to disperse over the eye, and it's going to be quite light. Like I said, when you build this colour up, it goes quite deep. Okay, so now I'm going to get the same brush and then buff it under the lash line. I absolutely love this colour. And then I kind of connect it to the corner here so that it doesn't look like there's any starting or ending point. It's all going to be like one flow. I'm like something out of Harry Potter when I did that. Okay, and then under this eye, it's very rare that you see me do two eyes at the same time, but this is quite an easy tutorial to do. Okay, so you've got your first colour down. Now we're going to start to build that up. So I'm going to get my pencil brush, and it's the SK04, and I'm going to dip it in the same colour. Okay, so how fun, my camera overheated. I always have technical problems, so we'll just keep moving. I obviously did this eye off camera while it was cooling down. I'm going to go in with my SK04 with the same shade, Unruly, so this one right here. Absolutely love, can't keep saying that, but I do, I love that colour. I am going to place it under the lash line. So remember, we use this colour as the first colour, but because we applied it with a fluffy brush, it kind of spreads out and becomes like a tint of its colour. And then because we're using this pencil brush, I'm really packing on the colour. So I'm just going to go under my lash line and up to like a little flick, and then up above my crease like so. You should have something like that. Because we're using a dense brush and packing on, it literally changes this eyeshadow and makes it into this beautiful like deep burgundy wine kind of, no, not wine, like deep burgundy colour. And anyways, yeah, so once I mapped this colour out with this pencil brush from the Keilidh collection, I basically then went in with our other brush, which is kind of like a SK02. It's like a flat brush like that, so that it can really get into the crease. And I'm again just using the same colour on my eye, and I'm making sure that I push it into my eye socket so it really fits in there, and give it a good wiggle left and right, window wiper motion. And when I get to here, I like to give that little flick up to the temples. So you should have something like that. And can you believe we're still on the same colour? Like, amazing. That girl is just so talented. So I like to drag it out. Can you see that? And then I went into my Stacey Marie, as usual, palette. And I think this is the first time I've ever tried it, but I went into Rose Pink, which is this beautiful shimmer colour here. And I sprayed it with some Fix Plus. Flat brush like this. And I went into my middle part of my eyelid. I'm just coating it there. And I start from the tear duct, and because it's wet, I like to use that to my advantage. It's going to create like a cut crease, but it's not going to be a cut crease. We don't mind. I don't want any harsh lines with this because I'm going to do a dark lip. And when I do a dark lip, I think when I have too many lines, like I'm not doing a liner on top or anything, I want it to be soft and smoky on top, like as in my eyes, because I want my lips to stand out and I don't want it to be my overall makeup to look too harsh. Does that make sense? Because my eyes have quite, like they've quite dark colours, like it is a dark eye. But if we do it nice and soft and kind of like smoky with no lines, I feel like you can pull off a dark lip without looking too much. Now that could be just my opinion. Some people can just look at it and say that's a lot of makeup. It's a lot. So we're finished with this palette. That's all I wanted to use. It's literally only it's only 3 colours on the eyes. And then I go into Jachlyn Hill, and I absolutely love when I do like a pink purple eye to go into I'm In It, which I've used before. Again, spritzing the shimmer eyeshadow, and I'm going to get my little tear duct brush that I always use for this area and coat my inner eye here. And then I like to go a bit on the brow bone just to get that nice and popping. I normally like to use that as a highlighter, but it's a bit much now. It's a bit much. I mean, we really aren't going anywhere. So, okay. Once you have your eyes... then I just threw on mascara. Sorry, I just have to stick it on because this eye has mascara on. I didn't put any like liner or anything like that. I'm just keeping it nice, soft, smoky. That dry. Now, last but not least is the lips. So, I'm not using my Kylie. I know. Shock horror. I normally always use that. But I bought this MUA matte lipstick, Makeup Academy, and I got it in Virtue, but this one is in Survivor. And I really wanted to try it out with this look. So that, and I'm going to line my lips, with the Cyber World from MAC Cosmetics. So, just going to overdraw my lips as usual. Looking a bit witchy. And then I'm going to get this colour. And it's kind of like that eyeshadow colour. And this is the final look. What do you think? I have not worn a dark lip in a while, but I absolutely love this colour. I actually think that's the exact same colour as Unruly out of the Keilidh collection. I'm not even joking. It is exact match. So yeah, this is the final look. Obviously, if you don't want to wear a dark lip, you can wear a neutral lip. It's up to you. It's only makeup. Play with it. Do whatever. Test it out. But yeah, I actually really like this lipstick with this eye look, so I'm going to keep it on. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. If you hit that notification bell, you will be notified the next time I upload. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye!